Today on UI7 Newsbreak,
When do we want them?
the graduate employee organization started striking on Monday. We'll bring you the latest update on their efforts for a new contract.
Then, unofficial is this Friday. We will let you know the preparations the university is making for campus safety during the annual event.
And one local mother continues to give back to high school students after her son died 1 year ago.
Your UI7 Newsbreak starts right now.
From the Richmond Journalism Teaching Studio, this is your UI7 Newsbreak.
Hello, I'm Tom Polson.
And I'm Grace Kachaturian, and here are today's stories. Today marks day 3 of the graduate student employees strike at the University of Illinois.
UI7 Newsbreak's Will Gerard recently spoke with GEO representatives about their fight for a new contract on Monday.
Hello, I'm Will Gerard. These interviews occurred following a midday demonstration on the main quad. Union members have marched at designated locations from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day this week.
This will be the final time.
GEO co-president Gus Wood led a rally in front of Follinger Auditorium, and he addressed the main issues the union would like to see resolved in a new contract: wages and tuition waivers. The GEO has been without a contract since August. John Musser is a PhD candidate in the English program, and he himself benefited from a university tuition waiver.
If I didn't have a tuition waiver, I would not be able to justify pursuing graduate education in the humanities. I need a tuition waiver to be able to pursue a PhD in English, and even at the master's level, I couldn't have justified taking out student loans for a master's in English.
Many instructors have canceled or relocated classes in an effort to avoid crossing GEO picket lines.
Members of the GEO are encouraging people to join in on their march.
This is a strike for the entire campus community.
All we want to do is teach and research. We should not have to be out here doing this right now. There have been almost a year of negotiations where we wanted this thing settled last summer of 2017.
Provost Andreas Congaleras offered the following statement. Throughout this process, the university has negotiated in good faith, and we have put forward proposals that have been respectful of and responsive to the publicly stated priorities of the GEO negotiators. Our current proposals on the remaining bargaining issues demonstrate significant movement to address the issues the GEO has said are most important to them. Musser is disappointed by the feedback the GEO has received from university officials, who he believes are hiding behind HR representatives in regards to contract negotiations.
By going on strike, it shows them who we are. We're not hiding behind desks and behind, HR mediators. We're showing a huge display of power to them, not only to give face, but to show them that this university only works because we do.
For UI7 Newsbreak, I'm Will Gerard.
This coming weekend is unofficial St. Patrick's Day on the UIUC campus, a drinking holiday celebrated by students every year. In the past, the festivities have led to several arrests, injuries, and even deaths. Given the weekend's infamous history, the Office of the Vice Chancellor released a statement condemning the event. The university does not support or condone this event. As in years past, we have made clear to students that academic business will continue as usual on unofficial St. Patrick's Day. Instructors are encouraged not to cancel class.
With unofficial coming up in a few days, the conversation has turned to drinking safety. The police and 100+ students teamed up to inform the community about safe drinking during the upcoming unofficial weekend. Students formed groups led by police officers and took to the street to talk to people about alcohol education and safety. The groups went door to door to talk to people while also leaving each place they visited with a bag about alcohol safety. Unofficials this weekend, and police are asking the community to drink responsibly. For years and years, selling t-shirts around unofficial has been a huge source of income for printers in the area, but with the lower interest among students, companies are feeling the change. Since the inception of unofficial, t-shirt companies have produced hundreds of different designs in support of the holiday. However, with a waning interest among students, companies like Campus Inc. have had to take a step back from the once-loved event. Campus Inc. owner Stephen Farag said that his team is riding it out until it dies.
Definitely dwindled over the years. So, I started this in 2011 with the unofficialstore.com, and we were selling thousands of pieces. By the time I was a senior, we were selling 4,000 or 5,000 units. This year, we're probably only selling less than 1,000 total. So, you can definitely tell campus is kind of over it a little bit. And we're just letting it ride out, not really pushing it too hard, and seeing whatever happens with it.
As a result of the dwindling interest, Farag said that his company only put out about 5 designs, and much of his focus has moved on to things like block with fraternities and sororities.
Block order would be similar. You think about like a block order being like a fraternity and a sorority coming together, getting 300-400 pieces for an event. It sounds like students are over unofficial and would rather just be at block. But they're similar orders. It used to be something we were really big on. Now we don't really care about it as much anymore. We just kind of do it to support campus for what they want to do, I guess.
But even with the decline, companies such as Upmerch still try to push sales as hard as they can, especially through their student ambassador program. Ambassador Nicole Zimmer explains the process.
So basically, I get a link, and that link connects to a store, like the unofficial store, and from there, like when people buy from my link, I make 20% of the profit.
Many green shirts like the one I'm holding right here from 2013 can be found now through Campus Inc., many other stores, and any other shirt selling official gear. As you can see, even with the decline of interest, some have not let go. For UI7 Newsbreak, I'm Thomas Polson.
On Wednesday, silence was not golden as students gathered at the University YMCA to attend a workshop on how to discuss Chief Illini Week. The workshop was hosted by the Office of Diversity and Social Justice and moderated by Director Ross Wantland. There, students learned about the history of the polarizing mascot. Additionally, attendees engaged in an open dialogue as different perspectives were shared. Wantland was compelled to plan the event because of people's inability to talk about the chief due to discomfort surrounding the topic. He says similar events will be held in the future.
Get ready to soak up some rays, Illini. It's looking like a bright, sunshiny weekend lies ahead. Expect a high of 46 on Friday, dropping off to a low of 25 degrees overnight. On Saturday, more sun and a high of around 49, with lows in the upper 20s. Rounding out the weekend, we have a sunny Sunday with highs around 54, lows around 40. We'll be back with more news after the break.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana.
What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
It's that time of the year again. Happy unofficial, Illini.
But wait, it's also Oscar weekend.
So let's get the party started the best way we know.
Good Morning Illini is live again this Friday, and we can't wait to show you what we have planned.
Give us a like on Facebook.
Or follow us on Twitter.
And of course, subscribe to our YouTube page, where you can always see CMI live streaming Fridays at 9 a.m.
Let's start this Friday morning off great. Good morning, Illini.
7 musical groups put on an annual showcase last Saturday, but they left their instruments at home. UI7's Kelly Glenn has more.
The all-out a cappella concert held at Unity High School hosted student a cappella groups from here at the University of Illinois, Illinois State University, Millikan University, and even Unity High School students.
Senior Raleigh Mock from the Ripcords at the University of Illinois says a lot goes into preparing for a concert like this one, with Mock learning the art of beatboxing for this particular show.
It took me a while to get good at it. Like, you have to build up a lot of stamina, a lot of breath support, because otherwise you're going to pass out.
Mock proudly explains the basics of beatboxing. They brought down the house with their performances because of this, but they were not the only ones receiving the attention from the audience.
Well, seeing the collegiate singers is just amazing. And you can see our Unity High School Surreal Sound has like 16 members. They've never added the guys. They have 5 guys this year. And they were hitting the pocket on those vocals, and they were solid.
Surreal Sound from Unity High School added boys to their group, allowing them to have a new range of sound. All of the a cappella groups in the end enjoyed every bit of the concert and cannot wait to come back the next year.
We are excited to be here because we know that everybody else is pumped for the show, so it makes it...
Kelly, Glenn, and Tolono with their UI7 Newsbreak.
Although ticks are technically arachnids rather than insects, it was this species chosen as the theme at the Insect Fear Film Festival last weekend. Community members gathered at Fullinger Auditorium to partake in the 34th Annual Film Festival, which featured 3 tick-themed films and several activities geared towards children. Children's art that was prior entered in a contest was prominently on display, and those present had the opportunity to get their face painted, collect balloon insects, and learn more about insects in general from students and faculty alike. People of all ages could also pet a tarantula and observe many different types of insects.
Dealing with the loss of a loved one is hard. UI7 Newsbreak's Nicole Chance tells us how for one local Champaign mother, it has become a platform for helping others and continuing to carry on her son's legacy on this edition of CU Neighbor.
It was nearly a year ago that Centennial High School student and accomplished archer Luke Miller passed away unexpectedly due to complications of an internal injury. Now, you can find Luke's mother doing the same thing she was a year ago, aiming and shooting at the target while helping others do the same.
We have a very close-knit team, especially since Luke passed away. The nice thing is that no matter if you are the bottom archer on our team, the lowest scoring person on the team, to the top scoring person on the team, we treat them all the same here.
One of Luke's closest teammates and a current senior archer on the team says Heather and her husband have made huge contributions to her success on the range.
Heather and Ryan have really worked with me ever since I left Jefferson and came to Centennial. They've really worked with me on my form and getting me to my headspace and stuff that I need to go on a shoot. So really fine-tuning and helping me get there.
For the team, Luke's legacy continues to live on. The hashtag #LiveLikeLuke has circulated on social media and serves as a reminder to live life to its fullest and always consider others before yourself.
That's what's nice to see is the older kids and the more experienced kids reaching out to these younger kids that are coming up through the ranks. I'm hoping that it leaves a long legacy of remembrance for our team to think about. Far beyond archery is sportsmanship and caring about others.
For UI7 Newsbreak, I'm Nicole Chance.
It's amazing how a community can come together in such a difficult processing of a loss.
Yeah, I mean, what a great story. You love to see that the moms carry on the legacy and helping others in the process.
Yeah. Really remarkable.
For more of our stories, please follow us on Facebook.
Or see more of our stories on our YouTube page.
That wraps up this edition of UI7 Newsbreak.
Thank you for watching and have a great day.